Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's the Tyrant here. Happy Friday to you. I hope you're all looking forward to the weekend. And welcome back to my Halo 5 Guardians Skulls Location Guide. For those of you who aren't sure what this is, essentially the guide is to show you how to get to each skull from the start of the mission. I have never seen another guide like it. The closest I've seen is when people try to do a time lapse from start to finish, which can get a little confusing, just like the missions themselves. And because these missions do tend to be a little large, a little bit cluttered, I wanted to show you how, from the start of the mission, how to get to each and every skull. So each week, that's what I'm going to be doing a different mission, different skull. So today we're on mission 3 called Glass, and the skull we're on the hunt for is Iron. Unlike with any of the other skulls, this is a very unique skull for two reasons. The first one is you have to get this one on Legendary. You can't do this on Easy or Normal or Heroic. It's got to be on the hardest difficulty. The other thing is that you can't just find it. There's a certain thing you have to do to trigger it. There is one other skull similar to this, but in my opinion, this is the hardest one to get. So, pretty much just like my Legendary walkthrough, not much to do here. Just go up to the blast door, and we have to wait a second for them to open it. And as soon as you do, there's going to be a bunch of Prometheans outside. There are going to be crawlers just to your left. There's going to be some soldiers hanging around out there. All you really need to do here is grab the sniper rifle from the tower over there on the left side. The sniper rifles be on the top level. You're going to need to shoot a generator on the other side of the wall. And then after that, you're going to proceed through the gate. So we're just going to go ahead and down these guys real quick. Don't bother wasting any battle rifle ammo on them. The pistol should do just fine. And we're going to go ahead and run up here. I'm going to see if I can... Well, my aim was a little bit off there. And I just got my ass handed to me, so let me get one of my allies over here. Fortunately, he's a little occupied, it looks like, with some UNSC troops. Or not UNSC, but the governor's soldiers. So go ahead and run all the way up to the top right here. You'll have one more thing of stairs to climb. And some Prometheans will spawn below you, so you're just going to have to take this section as quickly as you can or wait it out. So there's the generator right there. Shoot that, and it's going to take a couple of seconds for the gate to come down. So you can do this any way you really want to. You can wait for the gate to come down and then speed rush it, or you can just come down here and do some fighting real quick. So to make this video a little less boring, I'm just going to go ahead and take out some Prometheans here. So the gate's open. There's actually two gates here. You got to wait for that second one as well. So go ahead and jump into the Warthog. And we're just going to wait for just a moment. Okay, the gate is open. So go ahead and just drive down to the finish line. You don't need someone on the gunner seat. In fact, I'd actually recommend against it for reasons that I'll talk about in just a second. But go ahead and just drive the Warthog down here. You're going to have a bunch of Prometheans spawn in. If you time it just right, you'll be able to splatter a few of them. There we go. Bowling for Prometheans. I tend to also aim directly for this Promethean captain who's got the Splinter launcher, or the Splinter cannon. And so from here, just use your battle rifle. You can use the Warthog machine gun too, but that's just going to draw your allies closer to take out as many Prometheans as you can. And as soon as you've taken out enough of them, Governor Sloan will have a line like, "Hey, wow, you really do live up to your name," or something like that, or Spartan propaganda lives up to its hype, or whatever. And so, you know, your allies are here. If they were away from you because they weren't in your Warthog, they'll automatically spawn to your location. Some will actually jump at a mongoose as well. But whether they survive this encounter or not is not important. So at this point, we're just going to wait for that gate to come down. I'm a terrible sniper, in case you haven't noticed. Generally speaking, this part's easy. Just be careful, because even Promethean short-range weapons can hit you from a distance. Not really sure what's up with that. Now, the reason why you don't want anyone on your gunner seat is because as soon as you get back in the Warthog, right up ahead, Prometheans are going to hijack another Warthog. And if you have your allies shooting at said Prometheans, they're going to start gunning you down with that Warthog chain gun. So really, you just want to get past this as quickly as you can. The Warthog will eventually follow you down, but you'll be much better prepared, and I'll show you why in just a second. So we're going to go all the way down here to the left-hand side. There's a little garage right here where there's going to be a Scorpion tank. And so right now I'm just going to try to splatter a couple of these guys. so that I don't get my ass handed to me when I jump out of the Warthog. So we got a couple of them. We're in sort of a safe spot right now. It looks like our allies are distracting them a little bit. And, well, when I say a little bit... Alright, that's 2 allies down. Come on, Buck. Don't let me down, bro. There we go. So, I'm going to go ahead and help out Vale because reasons. And now we just got to get up to the top here. So this isn't difficult to do. Just get on top of this ledge. And by the way, one of the skull, this particular skull again is unique. Go ahead and get the tank now. The skull here is also unique because it can appear in one of 3 different places. And we just came from one of them. So one of them is on the roof of this garage. There's another location that's between a couple of barrels, and then there's a third location that's in sort of the tunnel or archway. And it's not letting me in the driver's seat for some reason. Okay, it's being really picky. Not really sure what the deal is here, so I'll just sit here for a second and make sure the area is clear before I start tackling this tank. All right, I think this is Urban Scorpion tank, if I'm not mistaken. So right outside of here, you're going to have some Promethean turrets. I think they're called focus turrets, and there's 4 of them. So you want to take these guys out. There we go. And if you wait for them to charge before you shoot at them, they'll open up, so you can pretty much just one-shot them with the Scorpion. If you do it when they're closed, it'll just take 1 extra hit. It's not a big deal. There we go. So basically 1 hit while it's firing, 2 hits when it's not. Okay, it looks like there were only 3 of those focus turrets. Okay, well that works too. For some reason I thought there was a 4th one further to the left. So again, just sort of clear the area right here. You want your Scorpion to take as little damage as possible, especially if you're planning on completing the mission after this. The skull is almost towards the end of the mission. It's basically right before you get to the final stronghold, or as I call it, the final stop point or choke point. Okay, just making sure that I didn't accidentally miss one of those focus turrets. Yeah, for some reason I thought there was 4 of them. Oh well. It's been a while since I played this mission. It's been probably since maybe last September. So go ahead and move forward. You're going to have some Promethean spawn up here, including 1 Promethean Knight. Let me get this last guy real quick. That Warthog can be troublesome if you don't take it before it takes you. Cause a real mess, and it'll follow you all over the place. And you're coming back down here, you could come back down here. So just keep that in mind. There are 2 locations down here where the skull could spawn. So just keep that in mind. So it looks like we're pretty good. Okay, yep, no focus turret up there, so we should have some Prometheans that are spawned right in front of us. This includes 1 Knight. So again, just kind of roll back a little bit. No reason to rush. The Knights typically take 2 direct hits with the tank, at least the lesser Knights. So I'm just keeping an eye out, just making sure there isn't that 4th one lingering around somewhere. You're going to have another set of Prometheans right there. And then we're going to go ahead and go up. And you should be pretty much in the clear. You're going to have a couple of waves that spawn closer to the location. And here's what you want to look out for, and you don't have to do it just this moment, but basically the way this works is you have to look in the sky at a Promethean Phaeton that's chasing one of the governor's ships. And you have to shoot down that Phaeton. And you'll know it when you do it because the Grunt Birthday Party skull, the Viva Pinata sound, will flare up on the screen. So I'm sort of keeping an eye out. I think it's actually when you get closer to this archway that you see them. The ship you can't really miss. I mean, it's a fairly large ship and it's fairly close to the ground. But the Phaeton in and of itself isn't easy to do. It's not easy to shoot down. It is moving pretty fast, and of course Scorpion shells in this game sort of arc a little bit, and they are a little bit slower. So keep your eyes up, and it should appear right around here. There it is. So there's the ship, and the Phaeton will appear right behind it. There it is. So you have to stay ahead of it just a little bit, up and ahead, and there you go. You heard the grunt birthday party sound, and that means the skull has spawned. Now again, it will spawn in one of three places. One is fairly close to your current location, so we're just going to leave the tank there. And the first location is going to be between these two barrels, so it'll just be sitting there. So it's not here, so it's going to be in one of two other locations. And the second location is the garage we talked about earlier. So there's a lot of structures here, so don't let them fool you. I'm going to show you just a couple of them because they all look sort of the same. And if you're like me and it's easy to get lost in these missions, you may not be able to differentiate one or the other, or one from the other. So it's not in this one. Although I'm not going to lie, I love the lava effects. Must be doing some serious mining here. So as you can see, you can't actually get up here because there's an invisible wall that stops you. I'm not really sure why. If you want to jump in the lava, I think you should have the right to jump in the lava, damn it. So, not up there. And even though you can explore up here, there's nothing up there either. Nothing up there. Location number 2 is going to be the garage that's right here. So I still get a little lost on this mission sometimes. And of course, just like before, you have to come over to the side. You have to basically clamber up using these little ledges. Go up the stairs. And it's going to be... Hold on. You have to jump over this crate right here. See this barrel? It's going to be right beside the barrel right there. There we go, and there you go. You have it. There's the iron skull. Now, right before we go, I'm going to go ahead and show you the final location, which is just under this little tunnel or archway right here. Again, you've got to look for the barrel, and the barrel's right there, and so the final skull is going to be, or the final possible location is going to be right here. So if it's not the first two locations, it's going to be in that one. So that concludes today's skull guide. I hope it was useful for you. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button for more great content every single day right here on MythicTyrant.com. And of course, let me know in the comments below, was this an easy skull for you? Was it a difficult one? You can let me know in the comments below or hit me up on Twitter. A link to my Twitter page can be found in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay tuned tomorrow for our weekly Q&A session. Thanks so much for watching, guys and gals. And as always, I'm the Tyrant, signing off.